Many people think the Lakers' season is already over. Now, I'm not quite there yet, but I'm getting there. But before I totally give up on this core, I think there's always the option of us going all in for one last shot at contending. Now, there are many trade scenarios that have been debated since the trade deadline last season. But despite strong feelings on the part of us fans that the Lakers should do something to avoid wasting LeBron's last few seasons of quality play, the front office has dragged their feet on potential deals. I think the main issue has been that either the Lakers don't get enough talent back in the proposed trades to make the team significantly better, or the asking price has been too steep for Rob and Jeanie's liking. Now, we all seem to agree that of the deals that were on the table, or at least rumored to be, were simply not good enough to justify giving up the only 2 tradable first-round picks that we have, considering their value. So now we're left with 2 primary options with the season hanging in the balance. We can blow it all up and start from scratch by rebuilding through free agency and the draft and trading what assets we can for what we can get. Or we can take one last big shot at glory. One final hurrah. A sort of last dance, but in a much more pathetic sense. Those are our 2 options. They're not great, but those are what they are. So it's in that spirit that I'm going to make this video, which is about us going with the second option, which is taking at least one more season, since we can't trade LeBron anyway, to see if we can maximize his potentially last year with us. So I think we can all agree that the most exciting trades in the offseason, the ones that moved the needle the most, were when we thought we were going to get Kyrie, and then when we thought we were finally just going to settle for the Pacers deal when the Kyrie thing fell through. So instead of choosing between the 2, I think we should combine them, because that's, I think, the best combination of talent at some of our weaknesses. So here's what the deal would look like. Okay, the Lakers would trade Russell Westbrook, Wenyen Gabriel, Max Christie, and a 2027 and 2029 first-round picks, unprotected, to the Pacers for Buddy Hield, Miles Turner, and Daniel Tice. And they would trade Patrick Beverley, Kendrick Nunn, a 2023 second-round pick via Chicago, and a 2024 second-round pick via Memphis or Washington for Kyrie Irving. Now, this deal can be made immediately. None of the players involved have any trade restrictions. The Pacers get their targeted picks for the rebuild. Brooklyn gets out from under the Kyrie fiasco. They get some assets for the future. They get good rotation guards to give them better defense in the backcourt. And Joe Tsai saves over $40 million in salary and luxury taxes. The Lakers get enough talent to make them respectable, maybe even better than that. Now, of course, that means we'll add over $40 million in luxury taxes ourselves, so Jeanie will have to take one for the team. But I genuinely think this gives us the absolute best chance to win this season, with the option to extend into next season based on the results, or to be positioned well to be huge sellers in the offseason if things don't work out. We do lose some valuable draft assets in the deal, but we can definitely replace them by trading LeBron and AD if things go south. Now, I like the rotation that this gives us. I mean, aside from having 3 shooters with the 2 players on our team in LeBron and AD that are the best but have also themselves struggled from the field, I think the rising tide of having Irving, Hield, and Turner on the floor with LeBron and AD will, lift those 2 guys up so that they actually shoot at or above the Mendoza line. Then having a bench of Dennis Schroeder, Lonnie Walker, Troy Brown Jr., Daniel Tice, and Thomas Bryant, with the option of, say, rotating in Austin Reeves or Matt Ryan if we need additional shooting, I think makes us actually pretty excellent. The rest of the benches round out pretty well. We might have to look at getting rid of Damian Jones if he continues to struggle the way that he has. But everybody else, except for Thomas Bryant, who is incomplete at this point because he's been injured up to here, I'd say it's pretty full up. I would sign Mo Harkless to fill out the last roster spot, given that we traded away 5 players and only brought back 4. But that's basically how I would fill out the roster, and I think that team would be actually quite formidable on both ends of the floor. I don't know if we're actually going to make the deal because of all the risks and the sacrifices that would need to be made financially and as far as assets, but this is how I would go. this is the direction that I would take. And if you agree with me, and you happen to be one of the few people that actually sees this video, then go ahead and leave some comments, and hopefully that stimulates a debate, and then a bunch of people actually end up seeing the video. Okay, so I hope you liked this scenario. I'm going to do another video detailing my plan for the other option, blowing everything up and starting over from scratch. Don't forget to like the video, and subscribe if you want to, but fair warning, I'm not doing videos very often yet, as this is strictly a hobby right now until I can put more time into it. I'll try to get the next video out as soon as possible, and until then, keep living that Laker life.